The next skill I want you to have using Dotloop is how to archive and delete forms. Now, can you actually delete something from Dotloop? Kind of, and I'll show you what I mean in a second. But for the most part, within Dotloop, when you want to remove a file, that is called archiving. Now, archiving in Dotloop means it's just going to hide that form from view. Dotloop is a really good platform, and it keeps a copy of everything for 7 years. So that helps a lot of real estate agents stay compliant within their state. Most states are about 3 to 5 years to keep documents on hand. Now, Dotloop does it for 7 years, but if you don't want something in this loop, or maybe you accidentally uploaded something extra, all you have to do is go over here and hit the 3 little dots, and you can hit archive. Now, archive just means that it's hidden from view. That file still exists, and if you need to ever see it, you can come up here to the top of the loop and hit show archived, and it will show the different forms that have been archived. Let's say, for example, I accidentally archived this. I can hit the 3 little dots and hit unarchive. And now that form is back live and in view all the time. Now with deleting things, there's kind of a yes and no scenario with actually deleting documents. So is there a way to delete documents? Yes. Really, you're going to run into this for compliance purposes. So for example, a required line item down here says the compensation agreement between listing and selling broker is required to submit for review. If you don't have this document, it will block you from submitting until this has been signed. Now, if you come over here and you are not an admin and you try to hit archive on a required line item, it will not let you do that. The reason for that and why we have set that restriction that agents cannot archive or remove required line items is because imagine all of our agents having the ability to archive different forms. We would have files submitted with all different types of forms. There's no standard, there's no template, and it would be the Wild West. So that is why you are not allowed to delete or archive required line items. But with that being said, let's say, for example, this version of the form is the required line item placeholder. Let's say this is only signed by me, but I have uploaded into the loop a version of this document that is signed by both parties. We only need the document signed by both parties. So what you can do, because you can't delete this one, but this one is not the one we need for compliance. What you can do is come over here, and when you see the 4 little arrows, you click and hold and drag this file. And if you place it over top, you can see it's saying replace with. It will delete the one underneath, the one we don't need. The one we're dragging is the one it's going to keep. So we'll come over here, we'll drag it over top, and it'll say, are you sure? Because now it's actually going to delete that first form that was underneath. And now we have one line item here, and we've uploaded the right one. So that is how you archive and technically delete a file if you drag and drop it over top of another file.